We now know how Jango Fett got recruited to be the clone template for the Grand Army of the Republic. The answer is found inside Jody Houser's Age of Republic Jango Fett #1. Now, if this is your first time checking out one of our videos, be sure you hit the subscribe button and click the bell to be the first to learn when we drop new videos like this or go live. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button as well. We begin some time ago on one of the moons of Bogden. It's a desert-like planet. A cloaked figure tells Jango Fett he will find the price the Kaminoans are offering is more than fair. To my genetic template, Jango asks. The hooded figure explains regular access to Fett's template will be needed. The bounty hunter will have to stay on Kamino when not on business. Now, just that moment gives us a little bit more background to the conversation between Obi-Wan and Prime Minister Lama in Attack of the Clones about Fett's residence at Tipoca City. In the next moment in the comic, we learn it is Tyrannus, formerly known as Count Dooku, who tracked down Jango Fett to this dusty moon. Jango then again asks, why me? The Sith says few have Jango's reputation, both in skill and discretion. Tyrannus tempts Jango Fett with legacy, an army of strength the galaxy has never seen, all stemming from you. Not many in this galaxy can claim that legacy. Jango receives his initial payment from Tyrannus, or at least approves a payment of some sort, and then makes one final request before jumping back to present time in the comic book. It's safe to assume that request is one unaltered clone of his own to be his son, we come to know as Boba Fett. A little background, you might already know this, but in 2002 there was a video game called Bounty Hunter, and in that game, Dooku hires Jango to hunt down a dark Jedi. He offers Jango 5 million credits, but really it's a test of his power. Now, that might still have all happened. That could potentially all still be canon, but this comic does not make any mention of those actions transpiring before this conversation. Now, the one question I have after all of this is, what is some time ago? Dooku seems to be well established with his brand as Tyrannus, or at least he started using that name when doing business for the Separatists or his master, Sidious. Or are the Separatists a developed concept in this moment? It's clear that Sidious is starting to plant the seeds of his plan to overthrow the Republic. We do know that Dooku's Padawan, Qui-Gon Jinn, died on Naboo, and at that point, Dooku was already disenfranchised by the Jedi Order and had already left. He was put on that list of the Lost 20. Side note, the Lost 20 refers to a list of individual masters who had chosen to leave in the 1,000 generations that the Jedi Order had existed. The first mention of this group is a deleted scene from Attack of the Clones, but there are several references in canon throughout Charles Soule's 25 comic issue Darth Vader run. We also know Dooku returned to his home planet and reclaimed his family title of Count of Sereno after he left the Jedi Order, and again, before Qui-Gon's death. For the next decade, Tyrannus helped Sidious develop plans to ignite the Clone Wars. In this time, he gets Sifo-Dyas to order the clone army. He plans the Jedi's death with the Pike Syndicate and enlists the fallen Dathomirian Jedi Asajj Ventress to be his assassin, and ultimately his Sith apprentice. It's convenient for Dooku that Sifo-Dyas' death could be planned around a mission with Supreme Chancellor Valorum. Now, this is just a small snapshot of the major contribution the Jedi Sifo-Dyas made. It is also the major plot point to the Star Wars Clone Wars episode, The Lost One, Season 6, Episode 10. The events of the episode is placed in 19 years before the Battle of Yavin. The mission that he undertook for Chancellor Valorum was approximately 10 years before, putting the ordering of the Jedi army at 29 years before the Battle of Yavin. The episode suggests Master Dyas was killed and Tyrannus takes his place to meet with the Pikes and the Kaminoans to begin the production of the clone army. I'm going to say 29 years before the Battle of Yavin, or just before. It's all the information above that gives me the peace of mind to believe that this conversation truly did happen before the Phantom Menace, which might have been a safe assumption from the start. But that's just not as much fun. What do you think about this discovery of how Jango Fett got enlisted to become the template for the Grand Army of the Republic? I want you to tell me down in the comments below. If you want to support our channel, be like Lindsay and buy your own exclusive show pin. Look at it. It's beautiful. Get your pin right now at BeyondTheBlastDoors.com.
Thank you for watching Beyond the Blast Doors. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. Beyond the Blast Doors, a Star Wars conversation.